And we're live. Welcome back to Mercedes Monday on Tuesday. We're continuing the videos going with this build for the 190e Evo 2 build.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
So right now, as you see, there's a sheet of thin plywood wall stuff, fake wood paneling stuff. Gotta get that out of here. Gonna move the 240 out of here. So we got some more room to work on the passenger side, and I'm gonna try to spare you some of the pain of watching me struggle getting this fender flare mounted, but we're also gonna adjust the driver's side. Let me show you. There's just layered dust from the aftermath of last time. So this is the driver's side fender. We're gonna address that, I think, in the next video, the bumper issue. But driver's side fender, as you see, there's this nice sizable gap here. What we're gonna try to do, I think, today, we're gonna try to straighten this out a little bit, get the fitment a little better. Not sure if the back end is gonna get too nice, too good, but we're gonna mess with that. Then we're gonna get the passenger side mounted too. I think I was saying in the last video I wasn't gonna drag this out too much. This is something that needs to get done. I gotta sit through it, so you gotta sit through it too. And I feel like you guys sitting through this will also make you appreciate the struggle I went through to get to the point at the very end. When we finally get to that point, we can appreciate it together because we both struggled through it. I've also been a little bit unmotivated to be working out in the garage, but it's a little warmer out today. We did have a storm-ish yesterday. Power went out a couple times, so hopefully the power doesn't go out again. It actually just came back about a half hour ago. Been a little unmotivated to work, so I got my ass out of the house into the garage to work on the car. You could do it too. Get your car off jack stands. Let's go, boys. All right, so let's get this thing out of the way, and then that thing out of the way, so then we could work on that thing. Sound good? All right, I think we're ready. This place is an absolute mess from last time, but I also didn't want to put any of the stuff, well, this I didn't use, or this. That's for house projects. I didn't put all the stuff away because I knew I was going to reuse it for the other side, and I just knew what I needed already. So sometimes it helps out to be a little messy. And I know I'm going to shut up soon, but before we get into actually working on the car, the well nuts, we spoke about them last video. I will link them again down below this video. They're not only good for this body kit, they're good for like general stuff on the cars. When I had my Subaru WRX, I had some like rear spats. They were actually held in with the well nuts. But anyway, so these well nuts, the ones from Amazon, I've been using a T15 Torx bit, which fits, but it's not the right thing. I didn't have the right, I mean, I do have the right size, but not the little bit thing like this. So it is it's a 3mm that fits it. So went on Amazon, ordered one of these, but a 3mm Allen key. I'll link that down below. You're gonna need that too. Now let's look at the body kit, finally. So I'm not gonna get too crazy here, but obviously these gaps need to be taken down. So what I'm gonna do is take some painter's tape. I'm gonna try to run along the edge of this, a nice straight edge. As you see here, it's like bumped out a little bit. The other mounting spot's bumped out a little bit. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this spot yet, but gonna try to flatten that a little bit just to get it to sit a little bit better. Because right now, between the door, I got the door seam and the body kit, I could almost stick my finger in there. It's like half a finger's width. So I'm gonna try to get that down a little bit. Gonna try to get that gap a little bit smaller. Not sure if we're gonna get too crazy to try to get a perfect, because then I could always try to find like a little piece of rubber or something to put between the body kit and the body of the car, which might be a little bit better because maybe you won't get any vibration noises. I don't know if we'll get those, but I feel like that'll help eliminate the chance of that. So we got this taped up. This bottom section, this is the back end that touches the bumper. This is the top side of it. I'm gonna take a lot off here. Just to try to get it to sit a little bit better. One of the issues I know is right here, there's a little bit of a wave to it, so Don't know how much better we're gonna get that, and I don't want to take too much material off the end of this. Let me grind this down a little bit, then we're gonna refit it up. Really need like a mount like here would be perfect, but I don't know how to do that. Alright, so that fitment we're going to go with for now. It's a lot closer. I mean, I didn't bolt it up yet, but just holding it up there, it looks a lot closer. Now what I'm going to do is cut the fender a little bit up, a little higher up. Not sure if I'm going to do the inside bit yet, but definitely the outside. That's what this mark is for. Might have cut this up a little too high here, but we could always take a little bit more of the fender off. I might clean this up eventually, but you're also never going to see it once the over fender's on, so not too sure yet. But cut it up a little bit higher. Hopefully we don't see it. Gonna mount this thing up. Final time for at least now, not 100% final in the grand scheme of things. So let me throw this back on. For some reason this one doesn't want to grab. Let's figure this out. I seem to have stripped it. That's exactly the reason why I was speaking earlier about ordering the correct tool for the job. That's why. The screw that was holding that one down I cut down last time, so maybe there was like a little bit of an edge on it and didn't want to grab. So for right now, just made like a little bit of spacer out of like a nut and an old washer just to take up the extra space since it doesn't go in as deep, but it's on. You see this section like right here is kind of what I was talking about earlier. I mean, it's better though. Might not look as good, but it's definitely fitting a little bit better. As you see, it's not half of my finger anymore. It's maybe like a quarter of my finger. Really need a mount right there. If we had something right there to pull it in would be beautiful. So driver's side, basically done for now. I'm not gonna mess with that much more for now. When we get to like the final countdown, we will adjust that more, but let's start with the passenger side, get that on, since it looks like the driver's side fitment was a lot worse than the passenger side, so passenger side should go a little bit faster, and especially since I know what I got to do now. Hopefully that stays and doesn't fall off, but you can see the shape on this one now. Probably about the same there, but that area definitely not the same on the other side. Maybe, I guess I cut down to over here, so maybe that little piece there has got to get bent up and welded to the rest of the fender, but I mean, it's not, I don't know. So slight prep work before we start to mount this kit and cut everything up. Took this little plastic piece out, which is over there, which I'm not sure if that's even gonna go back in, because that was a pain in the ass to take out. Then this box, I don't even know what the hell that is, was bolted up here. Remove that so I could get my hand back there to get the bolts in. I do like we did with the other side. Well, let me take this back off, then I'm gonna tape this all up, give it a quick mark to where we gotta cut it up, then get to drilling holes. Let's do this. over fender is sanded down pretty much where it's going to be for today at least. Might be for a little while actually. I'm not going to bore you guys with watching me mount it again. So we're going to meet back together right here. Don't go anywhere. When this thing's mounted, I'm going to do the same thing like I did on the other side. There's going to be a bolt holding it in there. And then you're going to have 1, 2, and 3 holding it in with the well nuts. So let me throw this on quick. Well, quick for you. It's going to be a few minutes for me. And then we'll talk again. Actually, real quick, if you didn't watch the last video, I mean, you should go watch that video and then come back here. But well nuts is what we were using again. These things right here are awesome. They're removable also, so you're not permanently in there. Drilling a hole in the back of the fender because there's a couple little spots. Drill a hole. Then you tighten this down if you don't know how they work. You tighten it down enough, then this bottom starts to expand, and that's what holds it in. Kind of like a riv nut or nut cert, I guess, kind of the same thing, but these are removable. These are awesome. Gonna link these down below once again, so if you want to buy these, use my Amazon link. Helps me out. You guys are awesome. Be right back. This is the passenger side, obviously. Pretty sick. That inner fender is going to have to get bent up, so you won't see that anymore. This fitment is pretty good here. Bumper might have to slide back a little bit instead of me cutting it, but not too bad. This one is going to need some work here. It might be even worse than the other side was, but for now, it's on. And this is the other side for reference. This one needs to be fixed up a little bit over here. This side is nice and tight-ish, but hold on, let me get down. Looking pretty good, to be honest. It's not too bad. I wonder if we could just rock with just the rears and not even do the front, because the front looks kind of cool, other than the bumper fitment, but not too bad. Got the same thing here, bumper. Maybe we'll just try to slide the bumper back instead of cutting it. Probably gonna have to lift the bumper a little bit and fix that crack, obviously. One other thing, issue with the side skirts. As you see, this body line comes down, side skirt is behind it. So you got a big gap there, even though you're pretty flush with the fender, the wheel well line right there. Then on the back, it's the same thing. You see the door comes down and it doesn't line up at all. If that was in further, this would actually be pretty close to being good. All right, so thank you guys for joining me on this one. As you see, the kit does need some more work, but we're getting there. Hopefully the hard work will pay off in the end. Fender flare fitment, I'm gonna have to mess with the passenger side a little bit, obviously, because there's a big ass gap there. Might try to figure out some way to get another mount closer to the door, because if I could pull it in there, it'll be nice and tight to the body. But it takes a lot of sand, a lot of on and off and sanding and adjustment just to get it close. But we'll get there. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. We're doing Mercedes Monday on Tuesday, every Tuesday. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Leave some comments down below if you're trying to do this kit, if you learned anything while doing this kit to make it seem like you might want to do this kit, which I don't recommend. DuraFlex, piece of shit. We upload every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday at 3 p.m. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.